should be on now.
All right, shalom, shalom. We're the Brothers of Great Millstone, Church of Birmingham, Alabama. And as always, want to begin by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Yeah, in the ancient Hebrew tongue, that would be the correct name of the Heavenly Father, His beloved Son, and the Holy Spirit. Also, would like to give double honors to our teachers, the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone, the men who we believe through faith to be raised up here in these latter days to bring forth this gospel in all true faith and sincerity. I also want to say shalom to you brothers out there laboring in His work, continuously pushing out this gospel in all true faith and sincerity. And as always, shalom to you brothers and sisters out there, the Akim and Aqua, that subscribe to this truth as well. So this sitting right here is going to be entitled The Unveiling of the Devil, okay, which would be the so-called white man. And as promised, we're going to feature the clip, that we've been speaking about, with this guy, this brother Kabu, I believe that's his name, right? Which he was on to something, right? And we're going to feature his clip. But before we do, just want to bring out that this is one of those more anticipated prophecies, especially when you take a step back and look at the whole spectrum, because our people are spiritually intertwined with the scriptures. Ever since you can remember, and I bet all of you out there can attest to this, you had a connection with the Bible. Some form of fashion, whether it was your grandma, your auntie taking you to church, and you always was looking over your shoulder in relation to the devil, okay? Who is the devil, all right? So you thought you would be tormented forever and ever if you wasn't found in good graces with the one you knew as God and sweet Jesus at that time. And if you wasn't found in good graces, you would be banished to the underworld. Well, now we're in a time where the Lord is comforting you. Matter of fact, it's a scripture, I forget exactly where it's at, where the Lord said, who had overcome from their fear of dying. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
get that real quick, okay? And pretty much what's taking place, and we're going to bring out information showing that Jake is waking up to who their offenders are. I was sharing with the brothers, I was watching a powerful live stream from the elder Yakal out there on the West Coast, and he made a beautiful point that, it's almost like if you cross somebody and do something to someone, you hit a lick, you still running their house or whatever, and the very next day you see that person, you're going to be spooked. You're going to be wondering, do he know I did it? Well, guess what? That's where Esau at right now. That's why you see Esau all shook. First thing Esau do is when they see you, they throw this smile on their face, speak, hoping they can calm down. The worst thing, last thing Esau want to see is an angry Jake. They want that guy to be calmed down. Why? Because they know in their spirit they're greatly offended, But guess what? We're in a time of that proverbial guy who had his house broken to, running into the guy that did it. He actually know he did it. See, that's where we at. Jake know who is that, which it shouldn't take rocket scientists because it's out there. These documentaries, that these devils is your enemy, right? But the Lord had to rouse you up. You got that?
Yeah.
Matter of fact, hold that and give me Genesis. Let's get Genesis, then we'll get around to that, okay? Because it's the Lord who's instigating this, man. And also, give me one thing to set against another. You can get it, or one of y'all can get it.
What you want?
Give me Genesis first.
All right, this Genesis 49:9.
Yep.
It said, Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my sons are gone up. He stooped down. He crouched as a lion. And as an old lion.
Right. When that's the scriptures giving you an analogy, okay, to simplify this for you. An old lion, he has lost his fight, versus a young lion who have somewhat of vigor You know, they ready to go to war. A young lion, old lion, should I say, they pretty much concede. And that's what Jake have done. We conceded to you devils, man. We laid down. It tells you that in Isaiah, what's that? Isaiah 50, I thought it was where it say they have laid down for you to walk over.
Oh, yeah. Is that 51?
I think that's Isaiah 51. That's it, yep. And it also tells you that in the parable of Lazarus and the rich man, how Lazarus laid at the gate of the rich man. Yep. So pretty much Jake laid down. We conceded to you devils. And what you did, you kicked us when we was down, man. All right? And man, shame on you Negro, shame on you so-called Christians out there in the form of Negroes. All right? Especially as well as you land tribes, because somehow you feel as if the very ones that put hell on us in the world to come, we're going to just turn a blind eye and break bread with Esau, man. That don't make no sense. First and foremost, how in the hell you even can fathom the idea of the so-called white man even partaking in our inheritance? This man has put his foot in our ass for all these years. Now all of a sudden in the kingdom, we just forgive him and just stroll down. No, man. Okay? We're going to recompense that devil for everything he did. So come on, let's
God. Gen 49:9, Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my sons are going up.
Yep.
He stooped down. He crouched as a lion.
Yep.
And as an old lion.
Yep.
Who shall rouse him up?
Yeah, it's a question mark behind it, right? Who shall rouse him up? That question stands to this very day, and we know who's going to rouse him up. It's going to be Yahweh Shemel Shah. All right, and the Lord is rousing them up through all this swarm of activity that you see. Okay. So real quick, give me what you got.
It's the book of Sirach 33 and 14. Good is it against evil, and life against death. So it's the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly.
Yep. Go ahead.
Continuing on.
Let's like to read that one more time. You got it.
Okay. It's the book of Sirach 33 and 14 again. It says, good is set against evil, and life against death.
Right. Good is set against evil, and life against death. Really, when you examine that upon further examination, that's dealing with the children of Israel versus Esau. You know why? Because Israel produces life. Everything about Israel is lively, man. Esau represents death. Okay? It's common knowledge that Esau in the birthright, the birth rate, should I say? Oh, that's the birthright. But the birth rate of Esau is on the decline. Why is that? You think that's just a coincidence? No, because he symbolizes death. Okay. On the other hand, Jake, and it tells you that in Exodus, the first chapter, around the 7th verse, how Jake will be fruitful and multiply. That represents life. See, so life and death will never be able to coincide with each other. And we're going to show you that in the spirit. How everybody waking up, the tension is out there, man. The tension is on the rise. And who is the two main characters? Jacob and Esau. You can't make this up, man. Go ahead,
It says, so is the godly against the sinner.
So is the godly against the sinner. See, go ahead.
And the sinner against the godly.
Yep, go ahead.
So look upon all the works of the Most High.
So who is the architect behind this? It's Yahweh Shemel Shah. That's what we just read. Who shall rouse them up? So look at all the works of the Most High. Go ahead.
And there are two and two, one against another.
See that? One against another. So what you're witnessing right now is things going back to its natural order, man. This is not out of the realm of reality, man. This is how it's supposed to be. Jake and Esau supposed to bump heads. Remember, these two were separated from the womb. Why? Because they was going at each other's ass in the womb, man. Right? So this is how it's supposed to be. See that? So now, was it more on that?
Yeah, I got something else.
Okay, come.
This is the book of Sirach 13, and I'm starting at verse, get to the point of verse 17. It says, what fellowship have the wolf with the lamb?
Beautiful. What fellowship does the wolf have with the lamb? Okay? And again, when you come across these analogies, that's the Lord simplifying it for you, man. It's like a picture book. You know, if you got a kid, you give them a picture book so they can get it, right? This is, you got to think, the Lord is giving you a vivid illustration here. Imagine a wolf and a lamb, right? And he said, you know what? They don't supposed to be with each other. See, read that again.
It says, what fellowship have the wolf with the lamb, so the sinner with the godly.
See, read.
Let me start at verse 16.
Yep.
This is on Sirach 13 verse 16.
15.
Because this is Sirach 13 and 15. It says, every beast loveth his like, and every man loveth his neighbor.
That's racism, man. That's racism. But you see, Esau tried to, push that vibration out there so everybody can come together, you know? And that goes back to, I think it's Genesis 11 chapter, the Tower of Babel. Hey, that tells you right there that the Lord wasn't with that. The Lord wasn't with everybody coming together. The Lord is a separatist, man. And that's order, okay? Go ahead.
It says, all flesh consorteth according to Cain.
Yep, go ahead.
And a man will cleave to his light.
Yep, a man will cleave to his light. Go ahead.
What fellowship hath the wolf with the lamb?
See, go ahead.
So the like read again says, what fellowship hath the wolf with the lamb? So the sinner with the godly.
Yep.
What agreement is there between the hyena and a dog?
Right, so there's no agreement here, man. You know, it might have appeared that way, you know, through the witchcraft of Esau. We've been telling you that the media is witchcraft, man. Let me prove that through the spirit. When you see, for an example, in sports, which we're gonna show you that too. We're gonna show you in the spirit of power, how about you now, shot. Because what they always say about sports is that barrier. I mean, sports break down that barrier. And it's true to a certain extent, but it's an illusion. Like when you see a championship, you see Edomites and Jake hugging and celebrating. That's playing on your psyche, man. That's psychological warfare. That's playing on your outlook, right? So the Lord even breaking down that, and then we're gonna show you that through the spirit. You know, this whole Drew Brees thing. All right. So yeah, go ahead.
It says, "And what peace between the rich and the poor?"
Yeah, what peace between the rich and the poor? There is no peace. All right, and it was never meant for us to coexist with one another. These are two nations that has to have one nation in subjection. Two kingdoms can't reign at the same time. You might even say, you know, you might have a story and you say, well, hold up, what about the Media Persians? Well, even in that, the Persians was higher than the Medes. That's why I said one laid on the side, you know? All right? So with all that said, you got anything else before we get to that?
Oh, nah.
You got to understand that the time we're in now is a time of comfort on one hand, but it's also a time of uncomfortableness on the other hand. Those are two extremes. Esau has been in a situation where he's uncomfortable. Why? Because he's being revealed. And we, on the other hand, we're being comforted. Why? Because we know who our offenders are, which is the so-called white man. And that's the devil. And that's what we're about to go into in this lesson. This man is being unveiled. He's being revealed. And again, that brings comfort because, again, ever since you can remember, you think back, you know, you had a fear of dying because you thought you were going to burn forever. And guess what? The scripture speaks about that. Go ahead.
God, in Hebrews 2:14, for as much then as the children are partakers of flesh and blood, he also himself likewise took part of the same, that through death he might destroy him that had the power of death.
Now, who is the power of death? That's Esau. Why we know that Esau is the one that had the power of death? Because he was given a sword, man. Right? That's a weapon to bring death. See? Go ahead.
It says that through death he might destroy him that had the power of death. That is the devil.
That is the devil. So who is this devil? Who is this devil right here? We're going to show you who he is. Hold that out and give me Isaiah 14 real quick. And you give me 2 Thessalonians. Is that where you were going? I think it's the second chapter, and you started like the third verse.
Isaiah 14. What you want to
man.
Yep, kind. Yep, this Isaiah 14:16. They that see thee shall nary look upon thee.
Yeah. Oh, how we gonna see him though? Because he's gonna be revealed. Hold that one time and let's get this.
It's the book of 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except that come a falling away first.
Read.
And that man of sin be revealed.
See, and that wet of sin?
And that man of sin be revealed.
That's the devil. Okay, that man of sin be revealed. Go ahead.
The son of perdition.
The son of perdition, meaning he was born, he was created, his very existence was to bring destruction and to be destroyed. That's what perdition going into, all right? So now, let's give me what you got.
God, Isaiah 14:16. They that see thee shall nary look upon thee.
How we going to see him again? Because he's going to be revealed, see? But let's say this is going to be some fire-breathing dragon, all right? Go ahead.
It says, and consider thee saying.
Oh, Tales from the Hood. Let's see if it's going to be him. You going to hell? Yeah, go ahead.
It said, they that see thee shall nary look upon thee. You consider thee saying, Is this the man?
Is this the what?
The man.
And that's the time we in. Go ahead.
That made the earth to tremble. That did shake kingdoms.
It didn't say that make the underworld to tremble. The realm of this abyss. No, it said the earth. And how did he make the earth tremble? By way of his weaponry, man. You go back to World War I, World War II, which, by the way, that was white on white crime. You devils a bunch of fucking hypocrites, man. Like I did the video that featured this Edomite bitch. She was getting on the Jake. Said, you're a bunch of rapists and killers. And see that? He crazy, man. He crazy. Very delusional. They don't hold themselves accountable, man. When you go into when he wept bitterly, man. That's the devil for you, man. All right. So we just read what his man would be revealed, okay? And knowing that and understanding that, it's this little peep squeak, man. All right? That brings comfort. So let's go back to where you was at.
Back in Hebrews 2, I'm going to read verse 14 again. It says, for as much then as the children are partakers of flesh and blood, he also himself likewise took part of the same, that through death he might destroy him that had the power of death.
Yeah, that's Esau, right? Go ahead.
That is the devil.
That is the devil. Go ahead.
And deliver them.
And deliver them, right? Pay attention. Go ahead.
Who through fear of death.
Yeah, we was afraid to die because you thought that there was a guy waiting on you with a pitchfork. Go ahead.
Who through fear of death were all their lifetime subject to bondage.
See that? So you was frozen with fear. You was imprisoned by this fear of dying because you thought the devil was a guy waiting on you in the underworld. But what we found out, it was the so-called white man. Now with us understanding who he is, now there's got to be a solution to this. You got anybody else got something?
Nah.
Got something? Well, now let's go into the video from the brother Kaboo, man. We now present to you know what I mean? Listen, okay, come on, watch. As promised. Yeah, come on, go. And you know what? We're gonna run it through, then we'll go back and count up.
All right, come on.
But there's only one nigger on the planet, and the nigger that's on the planet is the one that is destroying the water, the one that's polluting the air, the one that is exploiting people and resources. And the only nigger on the planet is the white man and the white woman. And that our people are not niggers, we are imitation niggers. And the one idea is how we are going to exterminate white people, because that, in my estimation, is the only conclusion I have come to. We have to exterminate white people off of the face of the planet to solve this problem. That we need to solve this problem because they are going to kill us. And I will leave on that. So we have to just set up our own system and stop playing and get very serious and not be diverted from coming up with a solution to the problem. And the problem on the planet is white people.
Hey, now let's play this back and let's examine this. All right. All right, so right there, let's pause right there. All right, you got a devil with the audacity to say, how is this not a hate crime? After everything you devils did, man, in your pursuit of power, man, and the weight you love nothing but the carnage, the bloodshed of the natives, all right, it's well documented that it was damn near genocide on the nation of Israel, all right? You brought us over as cargo, you rounded us up. It's not even, man, to even mention shit. It's not even in the best taste or interest to mention what was going on those ships, man. You know?
Yep.
Yeah, Jake defecating on each other. And we just talk, that's the tip of the iceberg. Yet, when we call you out on it and you reveal, then that's hate crime in the eyes of these devils, man. You see what type of devil you dealing with? See?
I got a quick precept about.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Zechariah 11:5. It says, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
Right, and that's dealing with the so-called white man. And that's the spirit made me say it just moments early, man. how this devil, he don't hold himself accountable, man. Always point fingers. There's always somebody else, you know. Like this brother right here, he was speaking in the spirit, man. And there's no coincidence we got a hold, to this clip, all right? Because when you watch this video in its entirety, I think there's a 9-10 minute another clip. We just bringing this up. But he pull up with the briefcase and the file.
Thick too.
Yeah, he got the paperwork. He was dead serious, man. And he said, look, in my estimation, the only way we're gonna have peace on the planet Earth is to get rid of the so-called white man. Guess what? That's biblical.
Yep.
Matter of fact, you got a precept? Give me Ecclesiastes 10:10 real quick. Then we'll go back here.
This is Ecclesiastes Sirach, chapter 10, and verse 10. It said the physician cut off a long disease.
Yeah, and you gotta cut this man off. In order for peace, the scriptures tell you a new world is on the horizon where righteousness shall dwell therein. So in order for that to happen, Esau gotta be cut off. He gotta be cut off, man. Pursuant to the book of Malachi, the first chapter, he will be the wicked that the Bible speaks of, man. All right? So he's got to be uprooted. Matter of fact, give me that in the tree.
And I say something too.
They
say the long disease with the leg, the longest part of the body.
That's it.
So he gotta cut these niggas off, man.
Yeah, because they like the brother said, those niggas. You know what? They had the longest run, and that's a part of the consolation prize. When you go into when you read Genesis the 27th chapter, when this devil was crying out, and we gonna bring out more clips to show you that the so-called white man is Esau, right? But you notice the scriptures made a point, right? Emphasize the fact that this devil wept bitterly, you know? So Isaac, then Yahushua, what did he do? He consoled him. And that's where the word consolation comes from. He received a consolation prize. He was consoled for being a damn bitch, you know? All right? So his consolation prize was, the fatness of the earth, right? So a part of the consolation prize, he had a long run. That's why that was on point what you said. The legs, that's Edomite's rulership when you go into the statue of Daniel. All the way down to the toes. That's the longest run.
That's it.
All the way down to the very toes. All that was Esau's rulership. See? But now he's about to be cut off, man. All right? Yep, so give me what you got real quick and we'll go over here.
Yeah, this is 121, it's Rock 10, right?
Oh, no, we just
got that.
Oh, 15? Oh, the trees.
It's my Ezekiel.
This book is Ezekiel 17:24. And all the trees of the field shall know that I, the Lord, have brought down the high tree.
Right, so the Lord is going to bring down the high tree, which is who? Esau. And you can filter that through the precept found in Obadiah, the 3rd verse. We ain't got to get it where it says his habitation is high.
Yep, that's it.
See that? So the Lord's going to bring down the high tree. Go ahead.
Have exalted the low tree.
Yep, and exalted the low tree, which that would be Israel, storm the elect. We was abased. Go ahead.
Have dried up the green tree.
Right, the Lord is drying up, and that's unfolding right now. This place, America, is drying up, man. The life has been this is not the America you once knew, man. You know?
Yep.
The luster and shine has been taken from this place. And you should be excited, man, if you're in the right spirit. This is the place where you've been held captive, man. And you ain't got to just always look back into, the past. Shit, these devils to this day racially profiling you, man.
Yep.
You get pulled over by a cop. You don't know if this cop is going to vicariously live out his fantasy today and blow your ass away, man. All right? Yep, go ahead.
It says, and have made the dry tree to flourish.
Yep, and we was dry, and that links up with Ezekiel the 37th chapter, Valley of the Dry Bones, and what is pretty much saturating us, if you will. It's truth, man.
That's it.
Which is the rivers of living waters. All right, the Lord is watering us. He's the husbandman. He's neglecting them motherfuckers, and see what I'm saying?
Yep.
He got the power to do that, man.
That's it.
See that? Go ahead, huh?
It kind of says, I, the Lord, have
Hey, they withering over there, man. They withering over there, man.
Getting them no more water.
Man, give these motherfuckers no more water, no more nourishment, no more life. I'm going to tend to my vineyard. All right?
That's it.
Go ahead, huh?
It says, I, the Lord, have spoken and have done it. I got a quick precept back.
Yep, go ahead.
This is the book on Sirach 10:15. The Lord hath plucked up the roots of the proud nations and planted the lowly in their place.
Woo! Hey,
That's it.
Hey, that's beautiful. That's changing of the seasons and all that. You know, death has been uprooted and it's been replaced with life. We're in a time where the kingdom of heaven is being ushered in, man. You know, and that's a process. All right.
That's it.
So now let's go with this. Started back from the very beginning again.
Kind.
Hey, you can tell the Edomite that came across this.
Yeah,
was
he was
pissed, man.
fucked up on it.
He got fucked up.
You know he watched the whole thing.
Yeah,
He just had to chop it up in part.
Yeah.
The other part for telling the truth.
Tell it, yeah.
Making good points and all.
Yeah.
God.
But there's only one nigga on the planet. And the nigga that's on the planet is the one that is destroying the water.
Hey, pause that. Now, when you go into that word nigga, what does it mean?
Black.
Yeah, what? And then fool.
Mm-hmm.
It goes back to fool too,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So give me Isaiah. Is that Isaiah the 30th chapter?
What to say?
Yeah, Isaiah the 30th chapter.
All right.
Starting at the top.
All right, Isaiah 30:1. Woe to the rebellious children, said the Lord, that they counsel.
Don't select your Joel.
Joel 30. Okay, kind.
That's
okay,
what I'm on.
Yep, kind. With Joel 30. Joel 30:1.
Mm-hmm.
It says, but now they that are younger than I have me in derision.
Right, so that's dealing with Esau, man.
Mm-hmm.
Now, why did Job say they was younger than him? When you go into the word younger right there, it goes back to insignificant. Okay? Here it is, a motherfucker that's insignificant. They are not on the level of Jake, all right? Yet they ruling, man. They have me in derision. They have our people in derision, man. You know? You got a nigga walking around pants sagging, psycho babbling, you know, rapping some shit, you know? Smoking weed, hanging on the corner, slap boxing and shit like that. Yep, go ahead out. Hey, that's because of who? Esau.
That's it.
Go ahead.
It said, but now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock.
Woo! Yeah, so whose fathers I would have disdained to sit with the dogs of my flock. And you don't even have to
Come on, man.
use your imagination to come to what that's going into. Because these devils, they have sex with dogs, man. You know? And animals. That what Joel was saying, man. You let these devils around your dogs, then they're gonna violate them. Yeah, go ahead.
It says, yeah, whereto might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished.
Yep, go ahead.
For want and famine they were solitary, flying into the wilderness in former time, desolate and waste, who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat.
Yep, you can go into that.
Yeah, kind. So this pretty much that right there, the mallows by the bush and the juniper roots, that's pretty much would help preserve them, because they did a lot of cannibalism and incest. Their diet was all fucked up, but this reason that right there ain't that help preserve that DNA, so to speak, for all that incest and shit that was going on with them. It says they were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief, and you know they was driven out, and everybody knew what an Edomite was back then, man. That was one of the first mission was to hide their identity when they got back into power, man. You know, it says to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys and caves of the earth and in the rocks. And, hey, come on, man. Captain K, man. Esau, Edom, man. Who else is this talking about, man? You know, it says, among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered together. And that we know that's caveman talk, man. It says they were children of fools. Yeah, children of base men. They were violent than the earth. And yeah, Esau, they are fools, man.
Yep.
Oh, that's why they are known as beasts. They don't have all the senses, man. They got the carnal senses, but they ain't got the spiritual senses. And that's why you see the results of the Edomite rulership. Everything is fucked up, man. Yep. The water, the food, the air, the people, the minds of the people, the animals, everything is defiled, man. Because of the say so of the devil, whatever, because he's the one that's in rulership. So he oversees the planet Earth. And through his wisdom, everything's fucked up, man. You know?
That's the results you get when goddamn Esau is in rulership, man.
That's right.
That's Proverbs the 29th chapter.
Mm-hmm.
When the wicked is in rulership,
Yep.
people mourn.
In fact, I got another precept. Let me
Yep,
see,
go ahead.
This Isaiah 14, and let's see. I start at 7. It said the whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. And yeah, man, it said the earth is rest because as you can see now, this man is sucking the planet Earth dry, man. You know, you got power lines. It look like the planet Earth is on light support, man.
Yep.
You got power lines everywhere, street lights, everything is always on. You got somewhere is a street light on somewhere, man. You know what I mean? You got
Sirach 10:3. An unwise king destroyed his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited.
And yeah, as you can see, it said destroy his people, and that's on all levels, man. Down to the physical, to the mental, to the spiritual. Through this man and his rulership and his, you know, his what's the word I'm looking for?
Kingdom.
His kingdom, but his influence on the planet Earth, everything is fucked up, man.
Is it?
You know, through this man, if you don't know now, so-called white man's a devil, man. You gonna find out the hard way, man.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
I got nothing.
okay, kind.
It's the book of Proverbs 11:3. The integrity of the upright shall guide them, but the perverseness of transgressors shall destroy them.
See, the perverseness and the perverseness to go astray, pretty much, man.
Yep, to turn aside.
Yep, that's it. That cricket serpent.
That cricket
The cricket serpent. This nigga ain't right, man. This is the only nigga I know. Yeah, I mean, he'll steal your leg. I forgot what's the Family Guy episode when the dude stole his identity. And he would call him, he was Peter Griffin.
Yeah. I know you.
You talking about Nathan Woods or some shit?
Yeah. That's Esau. He took your house and your name.
Yeah. He in your crib. He on the picture. He on the wall.
God.
Family portrait and shit, man.
And how much of the devil? He put it all in paper the way it was legal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Legal, man.
That's a beautiful point, man.
You know?
And that's why the scripture tell you about how they said we would trust in our laws.
Yeah.
Fucking devil, man.
The strength. Yep. You got something else? Oh yeah, cause I did another verse. This Isaiah 14:8. It said, "Yeah, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no fellow is come up against us." And and you go into that fellow, it pretty much chop down and break down. And he actually did that to the trees, but he actually broke down the planet Earth, man.
Yep.
Everything is broken down. Everything is defiled, man.
Well, they argue about me. That's why Isaiah the 10th chapter, the 15th verse refers to him as the axe.
Ooh.
He's the axe.
Yeah, that's it. Yep. That's it.
Devil, man.
Break every fucking thing down, man.
Yeah, he broke everything down.
That's what I said. The scripture said the earth has lost its youth. You know, if we, I mean, back then we used to eat a cluster of grapes. Yeah. Now you can hold the shit in your hand, man.
Yeah.
Through this devil, man. You know, but
that's right. Yeah, you got something else?
I got something else. This is the book of Isaiah 24 and verse 5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof.
And that's what Caboose said. Caboose said it. Caboose just said it. The water, he said, Caboose said, that's the real nigga.
Yep.
You know? Yep, go ahead.
It says, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant.
Now, we know that real quick, can somebody give me Proverbs? Is that Proverbs? Yep, the 7th chapter. And start at like the top.
All right.
The point will be coming up
around
the first or second verse.
Yeah. The Proverbs 7.
Because by you breaking the laws and pushing forth any vibration that's contrary to the law, that means you symbolize death, man.
That's it.
The law was set up to bring life. It's going to show you that. Go ahead.
God, Proverbs 7:1. My son, keep my words and lay up my commandments with thee.
Yep.
Keep my commandments and live.
See, keep my commandments and live. So by Esau going against that proves that's an indictment on you fucking devils, man. You the harbinger of death.
Yep.
Just like the 29th scar.
That's it.
And the brother called me the priest up, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, so let's get back right here right quick.
All right, Con.
And then after that, we're going to go right into the other clip.
Okay, Con. All right.
After we break this down through the spirit.
But there's only one nigga on the planet. And the nigga that's on the planet is the one that is destroying the water, the one that's polluting the air, the one that is exploiting people and resources. And the only nigger on the planet is the white man and the white woman.
Get that, and is that Micah? Get that real quick. Micah 2.
Yep.
And 1.
Mm-hmm.
And no, I'll get that, and you give me a leech. Give me the leech.
Okay,
go ahead. Because this devil, he pretty much sucks life out of everything. Mm-hmm. He's a cancer, man.
Yep.
You know, he's a tick. Did not the scripture say? And I'm not just throwing that out there. Yep. The scriptures say that since thou hast not hated blood, you know what I'm saying? Because blood is life. Really, blood is that's the life of a man, right? So this devil is a matter of fact. Get that real quick.
Yeah, this is Proverbs 30 and 15. It said the horse leech have 2 daughters crying, give.
Right, the horse leech, that's dealing with Esau, and that links up with Habakkuk. Is that the 2nd chapter where it said this man is never satisfied?
Yep, that's it.
Right, so that's a leech. They saying give, but what they desire, blood, which blood takes life. When you draw blood, that's life, man. Yep. You can't lose so much blood and live. So who's thirsty for blood? Esau. That means he's contrary to life. All right. Yep. That was it on that?
Yeah, that was pretty much
all right. Point. Give me what you got.
Come to the book of Micah 2 and 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
Yep.
When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in their power, because it is in the power of their hand. And they covet fields and take them by violence.
Right, and that's what the so-called white man is known for. That's his MO, man. When you take a glimpse into this man's history, it's riddled with violence, bloodshed. You know? Go ahead.
In houses and take them away. So they oppressed a man in his house, even a man in his heritage.
Yep, and that's what the so-called white man is known for. Yep. All right? So now, that was it right there?
Yeah.
Let's go back into this clip.
And that our people are not niggas. We are imitation niggas.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, case in point, your great-granddad, right? He's smoking a goddamn cigar or a pipe. Who he get that from? He got that from Esau, man. You know, through his flicks, Western movies, chewing tobacco and shit. Oh, you from
John Wayne?
Yeah, John Wayne. Yep. You know, like all mob movies. Motherfucker, damn Edomite smoking a goddamn, you know, which we know a lot of them Sicilians, Jakes, and Italians, but the so-called white man is the one that promote tobacco and cigarettes, drugs, everything that Jake is impressionable, man. You know, hey, if righteousness was the end thing, Jake could be righteous. If Esau was pushing righteousness, then Jacob follow that. You know what I mean? But Esau's in power, and Esau pretty much is against the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shema. Matter of fact, you got a precept?
No, which one
Give me Psalms 119 and 126 real quick. You got something? All right, let's get that real quick. Because like the brother said, and hey, that's true. Jake is an imitation nigga, man. Why? Because we was designed to be the righteous. It tells you that in Malachi the 1st chapter. Why did the Lord say he loved Jacob? If we just a bunch of niggas, man. No, it's Esau, man. Being under the vibration. That's why when we read Isaiah the 60th chapter, it tells you how this is the land of darkness. And gross darkness have covered the whole earth. And there was a veil set over the nation. So Esau was responsible for that. Woe to him that give his neighbor wine. See? So a nigga, right? Esau created a nigga. That's the creation of Esau. They actually created a nigga. Yeah,
I got a quick precept. This Wisdom Solomon 2 and 23. It said, for the Most High created man to be immortal and made him to be an image of his own eternity. Nevertheless, through envy of the devil.
See? Woo! Revelate the unveiling of the devil. The envy of the devil. This man hates you, man. This man hates the fact that you can jump higher than him. He hates the fact that you got a certain grade of hair.
Okay.
Oh, we had the Edomite chick to come up to the camp.
Oh, yeah.
Said, you guys have muscles. And you guys look at your hair. Hey, Esau envy us, man. And through that envy, they look to overthrow us. So they can like the scriptures say, he's the accuser. He accused us before the power day and night. He wants to say, look at them, they eat pork. Look at them, they drinking goddamn Fagos. All right? Yeah. The brother, y'all was up. I was telling him, he said, man, he ran to a dude and said, I don't drink beer. But in the same breath, he was drinking a goddamn blue Fago, man.
Yeah, man.
But guess what? It goes back to Esau. The paper trail goes back to the so-called white man, all right? Because I'm going to say this real quick. The 2/3 are always going to be sheep. I mean, what I mean is the 2/3 are always going to have to be herded.
Yep. That's it.
See what I'm saying?
Yep.
The 2/3 are always going to be followers.
Yep.
It's just in this lifetime, they're being led by the wicked. In the kingdom, they're going to be led by us.
That's bad. Yep.
They're going to always have a lot of being led. But guess what? We're going to be the next rulers. We're going to lead them in righteousness.
God.
Yep, go ahead.
God. Verse 24, it said, nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world, and they that do hold of his side do find it.
Yep, see that? That's it.
So you want that Psalm 119?
Yep, and that's heavy because he that hold his side, that goes into, what's that? I think that's, we ain't got to get it, but Isaiah, the 13th chapter.
Oh, yeah, yep.
So he that is joined on
Yep.
Yep, yeah, so go ahead and get what else you got.
What that Psalm 119?
Yep, 119 and 126.
All right, this is Psalm.
And this is the work of the devil right here.
Psalm 119 and 126. It says, it is time for thee, Lord, to work, for they have made void thy law.
And who is that? That's dealing with Esau.
That's it.
So Esau is the reason why, you know? And guess what? We're in a time where we reveal it. Matter of fact, give me the law real quick. Numbers, the 32nd chapter and the 23rd verse. Let's get the law, which they have made void. Numbers 32 and 23.
This Numbers 20. I mean, it's like this Numbers 32 and 23. But if ye will not do so, behold, ye have sinned against the Lord, and be sure your sin will find you out.
Right. So your own sin is going to find you out. And this is how you were being revealed.
Yep.
See, we ain't got to. Your own sin is fine. Oh, that's why. The Lord told Cain, sin will be crouching at his door. So it's just like if you say you don't deal drugs, but it's a junkie at your goddamn door, man. You ain't got the boy, but it's a heroin addict at your door.
Motherfucker put a scale on them and shit.
Yeah. So your own sin is going to find you out, Esau. Matter of fact, real quick before we play this clip again, give me Job 20 and 27. And hey, you know, I know through the spirit. I could forever. That's the evidence. That's the amount of evidence that's on Esau, man. See that? Man, we can. Y'all already know we can go into September with this, man. Straight up, the spirit of the Lord was on us to just, I had to go to sleep in that. We're thoroughly going to fall, man. Breaking down scriptures. Going accusing this devil. See? Go ahead.
This is Job 20 and 27. The heaven shall reveal his iniquity.
Right, and that's dealing with really, us, but as well as the internet. All right, go ahead.
It said, and the earth shall rise up against him.
And that's the time we're in. You got China. China came out. The bunker boy. They're going into the bunker boy. Right? The earth is coming up against you, man. But the heaven is revealing your iniquity. And we present that now with the brother Kabu. You got something else?
Yeah, come on.
All right, go ahead and give it to you. We get back to the brother.
Come this book on 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 7. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
And that's dealing with none other than the so-called white man. All right, so go ahead. This man should be jailed. Hold the fuck up, man. This man should be jailed. Oh, but Esau got the statement, sticks and stones might break. And that's contrary to the law, to the word. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Really, when you examine it, that's going against what the scriptures say. Scriptures say this word is
cut it to the heart.
Well, hold up. Now, you gotta get that. But Esau saying he should be jailed for his comings. I thought words didn't hurt. Goddamn devil, man.
This is Proverbs 18 and 14. The spirit of a man will sustain his infirmity.
Hold up. Give me Hebrews before you get that.
That's it.
Because right now what you're witnessing is Esau leaking all over the place because of his word. See, physically, you can't really hurt Esau. You ever notice, like in a fight, you could pound Esau out? They motherfucker could take licks and shit like that. It's spiritually, man. Yep. Spiritually is what's fucking Esau over. All right? Mm-hmm. Whoever got to bring it up.
Okay, this is the book of Hebrews 4:12. For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword.
Go ahead.
Piercing even the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of joints and marrow.
Go ahead.
And is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart.
And as a discerner of the thought, meaning it reveals who you are, right? So it's not cutting you physically, but it's cutting you inwardly, right? Mm-hmm. So now get what you got.
This Proverbs 18:14. The spirit of a man will sustain his infirmity.
Right. So you can, if you got the spirit, you can be sick. You can have ailments, right? But go ahead.
It says, but a wounded spirit, who can bear?
Who can bear a wounded spirit? And what wounds your spirit? The scriptures. Because the scriptures is the sword. It don't cut you physically, but it cuts you spiritually. That's why you got this devil in bold letters. This man should be jailed for these comments. Come on, man. Because really what Kabu is saying is scriptural. Yeah, God. He ain't getting precepts, but it's scripture. We can filter it through the scripture. See? And that's why through the spirit, Esau is cut by it, because it's truth. Yep. Esau, that's the kryptonite to the Superman known as Esau, the truth. See? God. Go ahead.
One idea is how we are going to exterminate white people.
Give me Obadiah. The Kabu, that's serious. He said, look, man, we got to figure out how we can exterminate. He in the city council. Hey, they didn't know that was going to happen. That was on C-SPAN. They didn't know he was going to, you see, they didn't know he was going to come up with that, man. Kabu probably put the wrong shit on it. Sign in.
Yo, reason for complaint.
Kabu probably like, I'm a plumber and shit, and I want to make a complaint about it. And Kabu broke it out, man. I'm scared of the Lord. Yep, go ahead.
God, this is Obadiah, verse 18.
Yep.
In the house of Jacob shall be a fire, in the house of Joseph a flame, in the house of Esau for a stubble.
Ooh.
And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau.
Hey, now what Kabu said. Kabu said we should exterminate these people. If we want the earth to be revived, right? If we want to live in a certain spirit, they're going to be harmony. What they call peace and tranquility. Well, guess what? You got to keep little Esau. See, but guess what? What he's saying, we could go into the scriptures on it. Read that again.
It said, in the house of Jacob shall be a fire, in the house of Joseph a flame, in the house of Esau for stubble.
Woo!
It said, and they shall kindle in them and devour them. And
hey, man, get them all down. For real though. See what I'm saying? We're in a time now. Give me Luke 8 and 17. We're in a time now where truth is having its place on the planet Earth, man. This really nothing to golf over, man. We're in a time where our Lord Yahushua is about to step in on our behalf, man. And it all starts with revealing the devil. Hey, you can't take nobody to court unless you apprehend them. You can't say, well, you can't get justice until you find a criminal, man. That's it. See the Lord working that work. All right, give me what you got.
This is the book of Luke 8 and verse 17. For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest.
Woo!
Neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad.
So that's the time we in, man. That's it. Think it's a coincidence this information coming out on these devils squirming, man. Got them retreating in bunkers and shit. That's not going to somehow offset you being exposed, man. And that's the first steps, if you will, this man being revealed. All right. So what you got something else out?
No, I ain't got nothing.
I got something back up there over there.
Go ahead.
I got two on.
All right, go ahead.
Because this is the book of Psalms 104 and 35. Let the sinners be consumed out of the earth, and let the wicked be no more. Blessed thou.
Well, hold up. The scripture said let the sinners be consumed out of the earth, man. They're going to be put down. You know? They're going to be exterminated. Go ahead.
It says, and let the wicked be no more. Woo! Blessed thou the Lord.
The perish as his own, though.
Okay, kind of.
Go ahead.
It says, blessed thou the Lord, O my soul. Praise ye the Lord.
Yeah. All praise to Yahweh Shema Shaka. He didn't forget us, man. All right, go ahead. Hey, can I say real quick, like Yahweh Shah said, you know, if the days not be shortened, meaning if Esau days are not cut short, right? Matter of fact, let's prove that. what's that? Give me Psalms 37 up and 1. See, if these days Esau is not cut short, if that wicked disease is not cut, like Kabul going into, if that don't happen, we won't live. See, get Psalm 37.
Psalm 37 and 1. Fret not thyself because of evildoers. Be thou not slacking, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity.
Go ahead.
For they shall soon be cut down like the grass and wither as the green herb.
So in order for life to flourish, these weeds have to be cut. You know, their time got to be cut short. Right? They got to be done away with. All right. So go ahead, finish off what you got.
I got another one. This is the book on Proverbs 2 and verse 22. But the wicked shall be cut off from the earth, and the transgressors shall be rooted out of it.
Yep, and that's what Kabul. See, Kabul, like the scriptures say, fret not that. He fret, you know, because he really don't. He was on to something, but he don't have that comfort of the scriptures. All right. Yet the spirit was on him to assess the problem. You know. All right. So go ahead.
Kind of Job 20 and 6. It said, though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung.
Yeah, and that's the fate of Esau. Yep.
It says, they which have seen him shall say, where is he?
No, hold up, that's bad. That's bad, right? Because Esau, he always pushing the idea of animals that's extinct. He got a thing for dinosaurs. Well, guess what? You're going to be the goddamn dinosaur.
That's right.
But we're going to have the luxury of saying we saw you before.
Ooh.
See, that's how bad the Lord is. We're going to say we saw Tyrannosaurus Rex. All right? That's why the scripture says they've seen him. Hey, that's reincarnation.
That's it.
Think about it. It's not that reincarnation. We can't say that right now. We can't say where is he right now. So when are we going to say that, man? We're going to say that in the kingdom after that 1,000 years, man. See, man, what we have been called into is something that you can't frame, man. We can't comprehend the mercy, you know, the love of Yahweh Shemashah towards his elect, man. We're going to be able to endure. We're going to live all these years to see these devils to get their ass, you know, beat the shit out of them, man. And that's the gospel.
Yep.
If you don't like it, go watch what one of them niggas, prosperity preachers, man. Joel Osteen. One of them niggas. Yep. Go ahead.
It says, he shall fly.
Oh, can I say too? Do you know blood represents reality? Like that blood really mean it, because blood really is blue, but when it comes out, it goes to it turns to reality. It's like, oh, this is reality. All right. Yeah, go ahead.
It said, he shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yeah, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night.
Yeah, yep. You're gonna be chased away as like a dream. You know, and usually, like when you first wake up out of your dream, you still can remember it. But as you embark on your mission, you know, as the day progressed, man, you forget about that damn dream. I don't give a damn how bad it was. Around noon, you ain't. If you still talking about the dream at noon, man, God damn. That's some Nightmare on Elm Street shit. Yeah, man. But you know, around noon, around the highlight of the day, you ain't started the dream. About that, all right. You got something else up?
No.
All right, come on, let's get this.
My estimation, we are going to exterminate white people, because that, in my estimation, is the only conclusion I have come to. We have to exterminate white people off of the face of the planet to solve this problem. That we need to solve this problem because they are going to kill us.
Hey, beautiful.
And I will leave on that. So we have to just set up our own system and stop playing and get very serious. And not be diverted.
But see, Kabul, what he don't realize is that's going to be established in the kingdom. There's nothing we can do. This is the program of the Lord. And see, the Lord gave him that, and who knows why he gave him that, you know? No, Kabul probably asked that, you know, just tell me, Lord, why? You know, 2,000 years ago. Just tell me, what, you know? Probably, I'm going to give you your heart desire, but you didn't get this truth. And no, I believe through the spirit they got rid of Kabul, man.
Yeah, man.
You know?
They had to put him down.
Because he gotta have a YouTube channel. Look, you know what I mean? Come on, man. You know?
Type it up real quick.
Yeah, just for, He might, you know. And if he do got some, he probably ain't got no video up from the last 7 years.
Oh, man, see, come move. Oh, damn.
Anything come up on?
Well, he got some.
Okay.
That was last year, though.
Yeah, they got ready to come over, man.
Yeah, they probably
got somebody working his channel and shit.
Yeah, that would have looked like.
His old
I think
video.
they just.
Hey, because he was sincere.
Was
sincere. He's sincere, man. You know. So, is there more on this video right here?
Let me just probably finish it out a little bit. Let me see.
Coming up with a solution to the problem, and the problem on the planet is white people.
There you go. That's it. Right. So now, we're gonna go into more recent information, and this all contributes to the revelation of the devil. Let's go to this guy, Drew Brees. You got him?
Yeah, I got that on deck.
All right, let's get him.
All right.
What started it? Oh, hold that. What started what? What started this tension?
Mm-hmm.
You know, not as far as the George Floyd thing, but right now you got within these athletes in these different circles with these gyms and you know, the NBA as well as the NFL, which by the way, the NFL is one of the biggest booming business. This contributed to America, you know, which America is centered around smoke screens, things to keep you distracted. So that barrier is being broken. But you got a lot of confusion, if you will, a lot of tension and friction going on within the sports world. And this what this question is, this is what this statement is saying. What started all this? Let's see what started it. Go ahead.
Well, I will never agree with anybody disrespecting the flag of the United States of America or our country. Let me just tell you what I see or what I feel when the national anthem is played.
Now, can I say something real quick? We're gonna let this run through. Drew Brees was a guy who, you notice, right? The most I set it up. You remember what happened in Katrina, down in Katrina? Drew Brees was one of the faces of Katrina. He was down there helping Jake and all that shit. But now he's being revealed. Like Uncle said, he's like a goddamn sheriff, you know? Texas Chainsaw Massacre, man. Deputy, man. Hold up. Well, give me that real quick, Ciroc.
That's it.
Because you can only hide for so long, devil.
Yep.
All right? He's showing his true colors, man. He was probably pissed, man. You know, in the comfort of his own home. You know, Colin Kaepernick wasn't kneeling and shit. He's got tired of these niggas. You know what I'm saying? But now the spirit he's being revealed. We're in the time of the unveiling of the devil. Go ahead,
Kind of Ciroc 12 and 16. An enemy speaking sweetly with his lips.
Yeah, he did that down in Katrina. Right? He was telling that you are my people. Go ahead.
But in his heart, he imagined how to throw thee into a pit.
Yeah.
He would weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he would not be satisfied with blood.
Yep, go ahead.
If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first.
Oh, he was one of the first motherfuckers down there. And we talking about this guy, Drew Brees. If you don't know, this is a famous quarterback, you know, for the New Orleans Saints. And one of his staples, if you will, in his career, he was one of the first responders in the Katrina thing. Yep. You know, yeah, Jake down there love Drew Brees. Read that again,
It said, if adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first.
Yep, go ahead.
And though he pretend to help thee,
fucking devil, go ahead.
He shall undermine thee. He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance.
And now he don't even look like Drew Brees. He look like a sheriff. He don't even look like Drew Brees. He like the devil now.
You need that hat, they'll be all right.
That's it. He like the devil. He like you can see horns right there. Fucking devil, man. Let's play this now. Let's run through this.
I see, or what I feel when the national anthem is played and when I look at the flag of the United States.
Hold up. I'm sorry, man. The fuck you mean when you look at the flag? What else could you think of, man? Only thing I could think of is goddamn cannons shooting Bunker Hill Civil War. Now, hold up. Oh, did I forget to mention the damn whip, the sound of whips against the backs of slaves, man. All right, and hangings, man. Castrations, man. Fuck you talking about, man?
Appreciate
yeah, go ahead.
This happened.
You know.
Hey, the devil gonna get it,
devil,
man. He gonna get it, man. This Habakkuk 2:12. Woe to him that built a town with blood, and established a city by iniquity.
Yeah, that was the flag representing. Goddamn devil. As if we should be happy because now you can sit in the same restaurant with you filthy goddamn devils, man. Now we can walk in the same door, we can use the same restaurant with you. We should be flattered by that bullshit. That's what this nigga saying in a roundabout way.
That's what the nigga saying.
And that's what they say behind closed doors. You niggas complaining and we ain't beating your ass no more. Yeah. That's what the fuck they saying, man.
Bitches, because you backed into a corner and said, we did give you a job. Bitch, you supposed to be working for us, man. You motherfucker, man.
Hey, but like you said, Salaki, you mentioned it briefly. Devils, they apologize, which we ain't got the video of him apologizing, do we?
Oh, no.
We ain't got it. Don't worry about it. But this motherfucker apologized, right? Then he reiterated the apology. But it's like you said, they apologize for kicking your ass, then they kick your ass next week and apologize again. Man, fuck that. I'm gonna cut you niggas off, man.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, go ahead and get what you got. I need to go back there.
I come to the book of Sirach 13 and 11.
Hey, matter of fact, give me Sirach 12. Start at like 10.
10, yep.
Yep, go ahead.
It's the book of Sirach 13 and 11. Affect not to be made equal unto him in talk.
Woo!
And believe not his many words.
Hold up, read that again. That was bad.
It says, affect not to be made equal unto him.
And that did a number on our people when you go back to the civil rights movement. What was the rallying cry? Equality. They wasn't pushing, give us our own, let us get the fuck away. They wanted to go shop in the same department stores. They wanted to sit in the same restaurant. They want to walk through the same door. Which, by the way, that showed you the level of hate these devils have for you, man. They didn't want you to use the same restaurant. That's your waste.
Yeah.
God damn, you don't want to sell your waste. Hey, that's why when you read Ezekiel the 35th chapter, when framing the hate that this devil got for us, the Lord framed it as perpetual, man. When you look into that word perpetual, it goes into long duration and forever, man. All right? Go ahead,
It says, and believe not his many words.
Hey, goddamn. Oh, what they usually do, they talk shit about you. They might get busted, go on a racial rant, somebody record it. And they step to the podium with a written statement, man, from a fucking lawyer telling them, and man, Salaki, man, but you get vexed with, hey, man, hey, we need Yahweh Shai, man.
Right.
You know? Go ahead,
It says, for with much communication will he tempt thee, and smiling upon thee will he get out thy secrets. But cruelly will he lay up thy words, and he will not, it's like it says, but cruelly he will lay up thy words, and will not spare to do thee hurt, and to put thee in prison.
Yeah, that what these devils want. They want you in a prison. And you know what really, hey, our desire is to be with Yahweh Shai and peace and rule. You know what their desire is? To have you in chains again, man. That's why they said make America great again. They want the day where they can tell you, nigga, get back outside. What the fuck you coming in here? You know? Hey, see? Look at this nigga, man. His counsel. Look at that nigga, man. Like a sheriff in Sparta, Mississippi, man.
Yeah.
The new sheriff in Sparta. Hey, man, you don't want to meet Sheriff Darty. You don't want to meet Sheriff Darty.
Yeah.
That
motherfucker's so serious.
Yeah, go ahead.
Nahum 1:9. What do you imagine against the Lord? He will make an utter end. Affliction shall not rise up the second time.
Yeah, and that's their desire for affliction, to rise up a second time. But not no. Nah. Yeah. All right, come on, let's go back here.
All right.
My two grandfathers who fought for this country.
Man, bitch.
Hey, man.
Man.
Hey, rewind back.
Yeah. Like,
hey, Salaki, let's try to let it go through, man.
For our country. Let me just tell you what I see or what I feel when the national anthem is played and when I look at the flag of the United States. I envision my two grandfathers who fought for this country.
Who give a fuck about your grandfather, man? Who give a fuck? See, that shit worked 20 years ago. Jacob be like, fuck your grandfather, man. Your grandfather fought to help establish the 3-strike law. With Clinton and them. With sent this mass exodus to Jake into penitentiaries, man, around the world. That's what your forefather fought for, man. To keep our people in further derision. You goddamn devil. Oh, and remind you, he made all these apologies.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, go ahead and get that real quick up.
Okay. This is Sirach 12:10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Go ahead.
Though he humble himself and go crouching.
And that's in the form of whenever they had these written statements, they step up to the podium. I don't know what overcame me. I have black friends. Hey, that's the Lord warning you of that damn devil, man. Though he crouch himself and go humbling, right? Which you see the pride on this devil, but do you know this same devil got two apology videos.
Yeah,
and one of them I was telling y'all with a thumbnail, you got a black hand and a white hand holding hands. Fucking devil, man. Yeah, finish that off, and let's go back into
it. It said, though he humbled himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped the looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away.
You the same old devil. That's why you were mentioning your grandfathers, man. Mm-hmm. That's a testament against you, you goddamn devil. Your grandfathers contributed to vexing Jake, man.
Yep.
See?
I got a quick precept for that. This is Proverbs 30, and in verse 12. There's a generation that are pure in their eyes, in their own eyes.
Yeah, that's these devils, man. Go ahead.
And yet is not washed from their filthiness.
Yeah, you still have to pay. No matter how much we can try to frame it and paint this picture and package it to us that you fought for this country. Man, fuck your country, man.
That's it.
Jake been catching hell just as of the 50s and 60s. Jake was able to goddamn go in certain restaurants, man. Fucking devil, man. And this proud demon. Hey, man, this is the devil. This nigga right here, the devil, man. Just like each and every one of you so-called white people. Because you mean to tell me Colin Kaepernick not kneeling, Offset, you fucking castrating and hanging. You know about that history, you fucking devil. What Colin Kaepernick, even though we know he off, he don't got the truth. But what he doing that's so sinister that can even rival what your fucking people did, man. Yeah, go ahead,
This is the book of Isaiah 14:21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their father.
Yeah, he just condemned himself. Talking about his goddamn grandfather, man. Because you are your grandfather. Fucker, go ahead.
It says that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
Right, because that's that cancer. Like Caboose said, we don't get rid of this motherfucker, man. We gonna die. Hey, Caboose said that. Caboose said, "Look, man, we gonna die, man." They probably arrested Caboose after that. So hey, let's go back to this.
All right.
The Marine Corps, both risking their lives to protect our country and to try to make our country and this world a better place. So,
bitch, man. Fucking McDonald's. Put McDonald's everywhere, man.
Yeah, shed the blood of everybody, though.
Man.
Fucking make the world a better place for who, man? Go ahead,
And singing the national anthem. That's what I think about. And in many cases, it brings me to tears.
Let's get that. We showing it now, see? We showing you the devil, man.
What you want to get in?
Genesis
in Hebrew?
27?
Okay, all right. Yep. The Genesis 27.
And that's how they play on you.
Yep.
Look for some type of sympathy. Motherfucker, after everything you did, you should be content, but that shows you how much of a devil is. You should be content with Colin just kneeling in opposed to damn punching you, you know what I mean? Punching your lights out, man. Go ahead,
Colin, this Genesis 27, started 38. It says, 38. It says, and Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lift up his voice and wept.
So that's you. The spirit, you almost, you a goddamn lie, man. You almost wept because Colin Kaepernick didn't kneel and you thought about your granddad. Get the fuck out of here, man. Motherfucker got lost and goddamn summer houses all over the place, man. Fucking devil, you should be content, man. You know, but that just shows you that hate that they have, man. See, you got more over there?
Oh, no, I got the one in Hebrews 12.
Okay, yeah.
This Hebrews 12:16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. For ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected, for he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears.
See, now play that back.
Kind.
With my hand over my heart, looking at that flag and singing the national anthem, that's what I think about. And in many cases, it brings me to tears.
Okay.
Thinking about all that has been sacrificed, not just those in the military, but for that matter, those throughout the civil rights movements of the 60s.
You saw this fucking devil, man, that forked tongue. See that? Because the civil rights movement was about, please let us be equal to you. You know, master. Fucking devil. Go ahead.
And all that has been endured by so many people up until this point. And is everything right with our country right now? No.
Oh, that's that forked tongue. That's why when you go into the Hebrew, you're not going to find the words if or but. It's to the point. It's yea or nay. Yep. But see, in this forked tongue of Esau, he said all that shit and turned around and say, but I understand that. Things. Well, if you understand shit ain't right, why the fuck you even say something, man? Fucking devil, man. Go ahead. Unless you got something you want to say.
Oh, nah.
Yeah, because you fuck around and lose.
Bite my tongue on that one. You know what I mean?
But I think what you do by standing there and showing respect to the flag with your hand over your heart is it shows unity. It shows that we are all in this together.
Oh, really?
We all do better. And that we are all part of
this. You got it. You want to say something?
Nah, I ain't.
Oh, now check this out. That's LeBron.
See, man.
See? So now Jake being roused up. Now I gotta just throw. Oh, hold up. Men who fought as well for this country. I asked him a question about it. Come in. He never found cap peaceful protests offensive.
If I may,
yeah, go ahead.
A lot of them motherfuckers in the military, Jake.
Oh yeah,
a lot of our military, Jake, man. Yeah. Jake, they kneeling too.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, I think like in the army, I think they said over 60% Jake. You know, in that particular branch. But I gotta throw this out there to be fair, man. Fuck LeBron, man.
That's it.
Because they emotional as all hell, and they don't say shit. They've been knowing about the Israelites. He ain't had no fucking tweet then. But since, you know, Drew Brees say something and he feel butt hurt, you know, his feelings hurt, you know, he want to say something. But that's not the point. I just want to throw that out there. But the point is, the Lord is rousing up things. The tensions is rising. And you see now that Jacob and Esau is being separated the way it should be. Everything going back to its natural order. And this is by way of this devil being revealed for who we are. Now, our reality is becoming you goddamn so-called Negroes, man, as well as you land tribes and the Native Americans. Our reality is becoming your reality. Now you're seeing this devil as being the top offender, man. Okay? So now, unless you got something, let's get this last one. You ready to?
All right, let's see.
I mean, we've been running for a minute. But, you know, like I said, through the spirit, we'll be going and going, man. Get on this devil, man.
Why you think we crying? Because it is niggas.
Hey, what the scriptures say, set thy face against sin.
That's it.
Prophesy against it. Hey, so the Spirit of the Lord jump on you when you get on these devils. Man. You go into these devils forever and never.
Real.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, come on.
It's been 10 days since George Floyd was brutally murdered.
How many times we need to ask you to listen to your players?
What will it take
for one of us to be murdered by police brutality?
If I was George Floyd.
If I was George Floyd.
What if I was George Floyd?
Check this out, though.
If I was George Floyd. If I was George Floyd.
I am George Floyd. I am Breonna Taylor.
I am Ahmaud Arbery. I am Kwame McDonald.
I am Tamir Rice.
I am Trayvon.
I am. Lord have mercy.
I am Michael.
I am Samuel Du Bois.
I am Frank Smart. I'm Philip White. I am Jordan Baker.
We will not be silenced.
We assert our right to peaceful protest.
It shouldn't take this long again.
So, on behalf of the National Football League,
this is what we, the players,
would like to hear you state.
We, the National Football League,
condemn racism and the systematic oppression of black people.
We, the National Football League,
admit wrong and silencing our players from peacefully protesting.
we, the National Football League,
believe Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter.
Get that. Now, there's a whole lot that we could dissect and see, pick what's wrong with that. First and foremost, you coming on behalf of the National Football League. You declaring that you slaves and you speaking on behalf of your master. Then Black lives don't matter, man. Okay? The elect matter.
That's it.
That's it. All right? But with all that said, the spirit, I ain't no man, I'm comfortable right now. It's like I ain't no, but hey, it's cool, man. But with the spirit, as it were, the Lord got it where that tension is rising. And you got Jakes, the very ones that was subscribing to this place, now they speaking up. See, they speaking out against it. And that's the spirit of the Lord. Matter of fact, give me that what you said. You got something over there? Revelation, is that 18?
Oh yeah, kind. Yep.
Yep.
This is Revelations chapter 18. And let's see. Which somebody that have advanced you.
I can go ahead and remember her.
Oh, kind. So like this is Revelation 18, and I'm gonna start at verse 5.
Yep.
It says, "For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered."
See, and the Most High have remembered. Go ahead.
Her iniquities.
So, and that's being played out through Jake. You know, Jake could have easily said, "You know what? That was the past." Why all of a sudden the Spirit got them acknowledging and highlighting and spotlighting these different atrocities and crimes? Although it might be recent, it might be current, it might be under the banner of George Floyd. That's his name, right? George Floyd. Eric Gunn. I am George Floyd. Even though it might be recent, right? It's still it captures the atrocities and crimes of the so-called white man throughout infinite, man. You got something else?
Oh yeah, I got something real quick.
You got something?
This is Sirach chapter 35, and I'm gonna start at I started verse 14. "He will not despise the supplication of the fatherless, nor the widow when she poured out her complaint." Said, "Doeth not the tears run down the widow's cheek, and is not her cry against him that causes them to fall?"
Oh man, that's bad right there. Yeah, because the Lord hear our cry. Matter of fact, since you said that, let's get that. I guess we can get that parable.
Talking about Luke 18. Yeah, kind.
I give what you got real quick.
I cut this book on 2nd Ezra 11 and verse 42. But that has afflicted the meek, that has hurt the peaceable, that has loved liars, and destroyed the dwelling of them that brought forth fruit, and has cast down the walls of such as did thee no harm.
Yeah, and see, that's what Esau guilty of. And really, that's a capital offense right there, man. You know, you touch the apple of the Lord's eye, man. All right? Then in the same breath, you got the nerve to demonize us for identifying that offense. You know, by saying, you know what, y'all was wrong for that. All of a sudden, this hate crime, just like we saw in the Kabul video, said, should not this man be thrown in jail for hate speech? What the fuck is you talking about? So you mean to tell me you can kick my ass, but if I say you wrong for kicking my ass, fucking devil, man. He crazy, man. He crazy, man. He crazy, man. Yep. So come on.
All right, cut this St. Luke 18, I'm started at 1. And he spake a parable unto them to this end, that men ought always to pray and not to faint, saying, there was in a city a judge which feared not the Most High, neither regarded man. And there was a widow in that city, and she came unto him, saying, avenge me of mine adversary.
Yep, and that proves that the Lord is in harmony with the idea of having adversaries. You know, this idea, we go back to this guy, Martin Luther King, which again, the civil rights movement, that messed our people up, man. That was that proverbial fork in the road that messed Jake up. This idea of holding hands, you having visions of holding hands with the same one that raped and robbed you, man. That don't make sense, right? So the Lord telling you right here that you had a certain widow that was crying for justice against her adversaries, right? And that's dealing with Israel versus the so-called white man. That's our adversary. And really, when you go into that widow, that's dealing with the elect, you know, because the Lord is going to hear our cries, all right? Because LeBron James, they complaining, but they're not going to the true power, Yahweh Shem Shah. They looking for justice from goddamn Esau. They want Esau to relieve, this bullshit. They want Esau to, which by the way, in Minnesota, they quieted the grumblings by saying, we have banned the chokehold. Man, fuck you devils, man. Fuck, you hear that? You see this shit? We banned the chokehold. We ain't gonna kick you in the ass with a steel toe boot. We're gonna put a sock on it and kick you in the ass.
Man.
Hey, that's why the scripture said with much knowledge, man. It's like we have to endure this. It's like we under the knife without anesthesia. Jake is numb to everything, man. We have to, because we're alive. We feel it's like being alive in a nightmare. That's it, man. Freddy Krueger, yep, go ahead.
Verse 4, St. Luke 18:4, it said, and he would not for a while, but afterward he said within himself, though I fear not the Most High, neither regard man, yet because this widow troubleth me, I will avenge her, and lest by her continual coming.
Well, that goes into Isaiah. Is that Isaiah 62 and 6?
Yeah, give him no rest.
Yeah, go ahead and hold that on there. One of y'all get that. Read that again.
This is St. Luke 18.
It's like court. If you have two parties, they have a dispute, then usually in a lot of cases, I know like in certain places, even here, you have like a domestic dispute. If the plaintiff stops showing up in court, the judge will throw it out, right? So we keep showing up. We persistent, right? So read that again.
St. Luke 18:5. Yet because this widow troubleth me, I will avenge her, lest by her continual coming.
Oh, see, we continually coming to court. Whenever the court day, we there to make that complaint. Right? Hold that, give me what you got.
Come this is the book of Isaiah 62 and verse 7, and give him no rest till he establish, until he make Jerusalem.
You know what? Jump to the 6th verse.
Come, this is the book of Isaiah 62 and verse 6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace.
Hold up, man. You don't believe that's talking about the men at Great Millstone? I'm just being honest. We the only group collectively that you always gonna have constant videos coming up. I don't need nobody to tell me. I see that for myself. Learning from the brothers and listening to these brothers, right? Man, videos, you can't keep up with all these videos, bro. These the men that the Lord talking about. Read that again.
It says, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem.
Yep, go ahead.
Which shall never hold their peace, day nor night.
Because when we shut down, you got brothers over in the other side of the world. They're gonna wake up and start doing, videos. It's a constant flow. Go ahead.
It says, ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence.
Yep. So the Lord commanded us to keep pushing, and that's what this is going to keep complaining. Go ahead.
It says, and give him no rest till he establish, until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth.
Yeah, until we set up. All right. So it's not a cutoff point. You got guys that started doing the work and they think they works. Man, I've been pushing this word since 90 or whatever, and they just back in the world. No, you got to continue to do this till the Lord establishes us, and that goes into court of law. If you stop going to court, the judge gonna say, "Well, you know what? Let's throw the case out." See, go ahead.
It says St. Luke 18:5 again. It says, "Yet because this widow troubleth me, I will avenge her, lest by her continual coming she weary me."
Continue coming to court.
And the Lord said, hear what the unjudged judge saith. And shall not the Most High avenge his own elect?
See? So really, it's the elect who the Lord is hearing. Because it tells you that, I believe I forget exactly where it's at. I know it's in the Apocrypha where...
Here's the cloud.
Yep.
I think that was the same chapter. Let me see.
So really, yeah, just because LeBron James complaining, that's not making no impact, man. Because why? He's looking for the so-called white man to exonerate him. He's looking for relief from Esau, some form of relief from Esau. He wants Esau like I said, you can look it up. In Minnesota, they said, you know what? We're going to stop applying the chokehold. So now we're supposed to say, you know what? Cool. Just let Esau, you know, fuck you devils, man. Hey, and you had this nigga Jay-Z, right? He set up a meeting. I believe he called the mayor in Minnesota and said, man, I want to applaud you because you turned this case over to the.
Come on, man.
See, that's what Esau want. I mean, that was like it. That's what Jake want. Jake want Esau to give them justice, man. That's why the scripture said, woe unto you to go down to Egypt. See, we going to Yahweh, we want Yahweh Shemel Shah to set us up, man. We want Yahweh Shemel Shah to deliver us from out of this hellhole. That's why it tells you, wait ye upon me, man. And guess what? As long as we stay patient, the Lord is going to make good. He's going to come through for us, man. Right. See? All right, come on.
God, this is Sirach 35:17. The prayer of the humble pierces the clouds.
Right, and the humble is dealing with the elect, man. And it tells you that in 1 Peter, the 5th chapter, I think in the 6th verse, where the Lord say, humble yourself under the mighty hand, which is dealing with Yahweh Shai, which translates to this word, humble yourself and stay, you know, true to this doctrine until the day the Lord raise you up.
Yep.
There's only certain men on the planet Earth that have taken on that challenge, if you will, man. Goddamn LeBron James want America to continue, man. Why? Because he got a summer house in Miami or some crazy shit. You know? Go ahead.
You said the prayer of
that guy's not with this doctrine, man. Go ahead.
You said the prayer of the humble pierces the clouds. Until it come nigh, he would not be comforted.
Woo!
And will not
see that?
As bad.
We ain't gonna be comforted. We're not gonna be pacified by the fucking governor saying we ain't gonna put the chokehold on you. Man, we want you, man. And we want you in the worst. We want to put that rod of iron on your ass. See? Go ahead.
It says, and will not depart to the most
high. They motherfuckers hate us, man. They hate us, man. They know about us, man. Yep. They know about us. Yep, go ahead.
It says, and will not depart to the most high shall behold to judge righteously.
Right, we ain't gonna leave court. Yep. We ain't gonna leave court until the Lord, you see that? Until the Lord lay that law down, go ahead.
And execute judgment.
And that's why it tells you that in Song of Solomon to not wait the Lord until he see fit. And the Lord got you, man. Lord gonna get you. All right? So you got something else over there? You got something? Hey, so with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory
to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Rakapadash.
Double honors to our teachers, the head apostles and elders, the great millstone. Shalom, you sincere brethren out there laboring in his work, as well as you believers, the brothers and sisters alike. You know, Akim and Aqua to describe the truth as well. To the next time, Shalom.
Shalom, DTA, and Bob.
Shout out Kaboo, man. We'll go back and watch Kaboo, man. Later.